Good Tuesday evening, everybody. Welcome to the Digital Sim Sports Network and our live coverage of the ERA BF Hammers Late Model Stock Car Series. We're going to go to one of the most famous short tracks in all the motor racing tonight, Hickory Motor Speedway, for the Tar Heel Challenge. 70 laps around the teeny tiny little bull ring. 20 drivers have made their way to the track. A little bit of a late start. We were trying to get some new cameras set for this, and time kind of got away from us, so we're getting a little bit of a late start. We're getting here just in time for our qualifying. Good evening, everybody out in the chat. I see Bill already kicking things off for us. Drivers going to make their way out for qualifying, and then we will have that new redraw situation, which we'll try to go and do live. I promise you, they do it live. He shares the screen. I'm going to, as soon as qualifying is over, I promise to go to the room. I promise to sit patiently and wait for and try to grab that screen and show you guys. Over under 6 already. Everybody knows that my number will be 7. I think Bill said he was going to save number 9 or something for tonight. Something he said last night, I think. So we'll see if Bill chimes in, but Barbara's already on the 6. A lot of drivers already on the speedway right now. We are watching Sean McLaughlin, and Mr. McLaughlin problems with the 77, taking it right on in. Kyler Davis, your quick qualifier right now in that 6 machine. 14.88 seconds, but Dylan Connor on track in the 91, and he has been the man in the series to contend with the defending champion. Marvin Turnmeyer, 2 cautions. I love the optimism. There goes Dylan Connor, 14.81 seconds. He goes top shelf. Here's somebody we haven't seen this car qualify in a while. He seems to have electronic problems every time he gets to the track, and Matt Eddy, 14th quick in his first attempt. Joey Connor just rolled out. This is Stephen Pierce, the Bojangles, number 24. 2.679 pulled off of the over-under caution numbers already. There it went, Mr. Pierce. Reed Rundle jumps to 3rd. Stephen Pierce to 8th. Joey Connor. We already saw Dylan Connor. He's the quickest in the room right now. 1-2 in practice, Joey and Dylan were. And we will see. He is on the clock now, working on his first time lap. Ron Griffin in with 8. So 6, 7, 8, and 9 taken. 2 has also been pulled. Joey Connor, rough lap. I don't know why his first lap didn't score, but he didn't put a time up his second lap. Doesn't look like it's going to put a time up either. He must be doing something to give himself taps with the fence or some kind of incident count, because that's the only way that your laps don't count. Sean McLaughlin, same issue. His laps did not count in qualifying. So I think we're only going to see 16 guys. Get him. Pete Dillon is out here. He's putting laps in, but he qualified 6th at 14.95. We'll watch it. We are headed. Oh, wait. We're going to try to be quiet. We're going to watch that stream. I know there's something that we can do. I know there is.
All right, drivers, going to go ahead and start with the redraw here. Let me make sure I got all stuff here. If you're not familiar, the redraw, how this works for those that are in the room, we're going to hit that randomize button 3 times. The third one, however it comes out, will be the starting order of the first 7. We'll clear blacks on the backstretch. So here we go. We'll do the 3 clicks. That's the first one. That's the second one. That is the third one. So that'll be our starting order. Front row will be the 91 and 43. Row 2 will be 87 and the 7. Row 3 is the 11 and 07. And then the 7th starter will be the 206 of Davis. 8th place will be where they normally line up. Everybody else straightforward after that.
Thank you, sir.
All right, you guys heard race control make the call, and I cannot believe it. It is absolutely wow. You're going to put Dylan Connor on the pole. You guys are going to play catch up for second all night long. I'm just telling you. The guy gets out there. He sets the pace. He puts the car in the right position. He just knows how to manage the race and dictate the pace of the race for everybody. So if anybody's going to try to get around him in 70 laps, they are going to have to go put pressure on him. They're going to have to do it often. They're going to have to do it consistent. But he will start on the pole. He'll have Reed Rundle on his outside for row 2. That is going to be Justin Moore in the 87 and Pete Dillon in the 7. And your third row, that is Adam Vinny, Austin DeMore, and then, like he said, Kyler Davis will start in that 7th position on the inside of that row. So, a little warm-up session. Drivers are having a quick driver's meeting before they get out there. I love the redraw. Love it, love it, love it. I have got to figure out a different way to get that on screen so you guys don't have to watch the whole thing and me move that in for you. Hopefully we can figure out where we can flash screen it over there. I'm pretty sure I can do it. I just have to work on that for next week. But right now, the guys are getting their final instructions before they hit the racing surface. Should be a good one. This is a very, very tight little track. This place is so much fun, though. As you can see, it's just over 0.3 of a mile. Just a third of a mile, really, is kind of what you should call it. Your track temperature tonight, 119 degrees. And on an old surface that has a little grip as it is, with these cars having as much power as they do, having a slippery racing surface is an understatement tonight. These guys are going to have to manage that right foot all night long. Going to be very, very interesting. And like I said before, you put the 91 where he can jump out and grab the lead. He is going to dictate everything that happens behind him all night long. So some of these guys may have to take some chances if they want to get up there. I know Adam Vinny hasn't been afraid to go up there and challenge him. A couple of these other guys have been willing to go up and try to do something. Pete Dillon, a couple of weeks ago, tried to do that, and it didn't end up paying off for him. He ended up wrecking out, but he at least went up there and made the attempt. 82-degree air temperature. We got very little. It's very dry outside, 20% humidity. We got a slightly cloudy sky. It says partly, but it looks like 2 clouds in the whole sky. And a very light breeze this evening here as we get things started. I am certain that the driver's meeting is getting close to wrapping up. You have until they roll off the starting grid to get your over, under, in, 2, 6, 7, 8, and 9 all pulled off the board. 70 laps here at Hickory, guys. I'm just saying we will have some cautions. Yeah, Marvin Kyler is another one that I think isn't afraid to go and try to put some pressure on. A lot of these guys, they're afraid to burn up the tires, and what they don't realize, in my opinion, is that the guy out front, you're letting him manage his tires. You can't pass somebody that's managing their tires that well, and he is an ace at it. I give him every bit of credit in the world. He is an absolute ace at managing the race and managing his own tires. If you watch the last 8 to 10 laps of every race, he starts to drive away from everybody. He knows he's managed his stuff well enough, and he doesn't want any accidental challenges, so he just starts to cut the horses loose and let them run. And, you know, if guys are willing to go up there maybe and put some pressure on him early, that could change some things. He may have to defend, and defending, sometimes you tend to make that little mistake. You tend to overdrive an entry, overdrive an exit. Put your car in a bad line where you really have to put some stress on your tires. And I think that's what some of these guys are going to have to try to do. Yeah, what happened, Randy? You couldn't keep COVID going another day? I'm just curious, man. You did have a great run last night. You took that back row deal and you ran the car all the way back up to about, what'd you finish, 6th or 7th last night? Get a look at a handful of these drivers. We were watching Pete Dillon and Adam Vinny over here a second ago. Got the Connor boys. Joey's out there making some laps now. Joey won the last night over at Mars. He has got that championship pretty much on lockdown. Drivers in and out of the pits, guys checking things out, maybe trying to make some short runs, see how hard they can go early. Looks like we're ready to advance. We're going to get things started. So we know what the front of the field is going to look like. They will do this as they roll off. But we'll look at the starting grid. We will not look at the first 7 positions. We will start with the 8th place car in the starting order. That's going to be the 24 of Stephen Pierce. We'll move back into rows number 5. Matt Knowles in the 15 on the inside. Jeff Werdeman in that 81 car. He starts outside. Zach Stallnacker, 55 car, 6th row. He has the inside spot next to Colin Penn in the 52. Casey Wynn in the 7th row, the 05. Casey Wynn usually a lot faster than that. He is going to start back here in the 13th position with John Payette next to him in the 5 car. You'll see in row 8 that Chris Griffin, the 12, is inside. The 88, Matt Eddy, is on the outside. And then Joey Connor all the way at the back. Something happened during qualifying. He had issues, and he is starting in the 17th spot next to Justin Carby in the 29. And then Sean McLaughlin in the 77 and Josh Westendorf the 92. Our last 2 starters in row number 10. The front, we already have that figured out. We know that it'll be the 91 of Dylan Connor on the pole. The 43 of Reed Rundle will move to his outside. Your second row will be Justin Moore inside, Pete Dillon outside, and then Adam Vinny and Austin DeMore will start side by side in the 3rd row. And that 7th spot was taken in by the 6 of Kyler Davis. So he will move there. And our field will be lined up. I felt like you probably should have. You earned it in qualifying. You earned it in your heat race. But I understand why you did what you did, and I respect that completely. Making sure that you weren't up there in case something bad happened and caused anybody any trouble. But our pace truck is out of the way. The Tar Heel Challenge. ERA. Late model stock cars under the green flag into 1 and 2. And there goes that guy. He is going to grab the lead. Reed Rundle, another tire management specialist. He is going to try to get into 2nd, get up close to the bumper, and stay there. But he wants to keep a little tire on the car as well. While Pete Dillon, not afraid to take the outside anywhere we go and try to turn it into forward positions. He's working on the high side, trying to get around Justin Moore right now. Coming out of turn 4, it looks like the front 4 will be single 5. It's Adam Vinny trying to clear Austin DeMore to take over the 5th spot. And Kyler Davis, he is going to try to work around the 7D car as well. Now we are single file through about 10th. Make it 11th with Stallnacker side by side for 12th and 13th. That battle getting settled pretty quick. Casey Wynn in that 05. Oh, big slip for Jeff Werdeman. He was up in the marbles, and he is still sliding back. Gets down out of the marbles. He's going to have to clean the tires off, regroup, and try to go after these guys. We'll go back to the front because the front 8 are nose to tail. Looks like a conveyor belt around here. Working on lap 7 already. Everybody minding their P's and Q's right now. Single file all the way. Colin Penn. The last car, he's in the middle of 3 and 4. We'll catch him at the line. And already half a lap behind. Jeff Werdeman has already taken the 81 car. The pit road, I'm not sure what happened there. Looked like he just got up in the marbles. I didn't see him make contact with anything. But he's on pit road already, and that's a very short day for driver 81. We're coming around to complete 9. Dylan, Connor, Reed, Rundle, Pete, Dylan, Justin Moore, Adam, Vinny are your top 5, but Kyler Davis is in the hunt. You can see how much the marbles are building up already from warm-up to qualified car around. Casey Wynn. Caution. Caution, caution, caution. Casey Wynn goes around. Did Wynn have help, or did he just catch too much apron down here in 3 and 4? Into the corner. Oh, it stacked up in front of him, and then he got help from behind. Yeah. Guys behind him could not see around him. He looks like he is okay to go. Going to be able to keep moving. And he'll rejoin the back of the field. Does not look like we have any damage. Just looked like got down the corner and Pierce, and I don't remember who that was right around Stephen Pierce. Maybe Knowles or Stallnecker. They got a little close. Both of them checked up a little with a tiny bit of contact. And when Casey checked up, just nobody behind him could see all that was happening. Welcome to the chat, Beards. So, from pit road, the word is that admin duties in the 81 car, and he broke the suspension on the car trying to clear a black flag. So his day will be finished. He will now admin from the eye in the sky. Unfortunate for Jeff Werdeman there. So we're waiting for everything to cycle through. Everybody has made it back out. Caught back up to the field. This time around, we should get one to go. We still have 60 laps remaining. Be 59 when we take the green. All right, ready to get back at it. Everybody doubled up. Pace truck getting out of the way. And the green flag back in the air. Side by side, almost at speed parade lap right here. But Connor is going to grab the front spot again. It looks like Rundle will grab second. Caution quickly. This is happening towards the back, it looks like. McLaughlin and Westendorf are going to have what appears to be some kind of disagreement. They're both on the outside here. Through the corner, 29 car wiggling around. Ooh, and Westendorf Yeah, he got in the corner just a little hot. He ends up getting turned around by Joey Connor right there at the very end. After McLaughlin got turned around, put the left rear corner into the fence, and looks like the right front corner on Westendorf's car has some damage. So we'll probably see a couple of guys head to pit road, get some sheet metal pulled away. While we have a moment, we do not have a word yet, but we are fairly certain that we are not going to be on air tomorrow evening. We will be back, however, on Thursday night for the Red Driver Mighty Midget Series. So they hit into round number 5. Round number 6. Man, I've lost count. I want to say it's round number 6 because I think we have 2 drivers that each have 5 wins in that series, or maybe it's 6 and 4. That might be what it is, 6 and 4. We've only had 2 winners in the whole season for that thing, and I know their names. I just can't remember how many races they won. It's been a heck of a deal. If you're available Tuesday evening about 7:30 Central Time, 8:30 Eastern, make sure you tune in. Those are some of the best midget drivers on the service, and they put on a fantastic show each and every Thursday night. Drivers looking to start getting doubled up. They should come by this next time, and we should turn the lights on the pace truck off. Hey, Beards, where's Jay at? I haven't seen him in a while. All right, lights are off on our pace truck. We are getting ready to go back to green. Connor, Rundle, Dillon, Moore. On the restart, we got this restart going last time. We stayed too wide for about a lap and a half. And contact. There goes Adam Vinny. Adam Vinny's around. That's a big pileup. Yeah. Yeah, that was right on the restart. We'll go back. This one, we are going to throw the drone cam in here. We're going to watch the 11 car. Austin DeMore with a little help. Then Pierce gets into him, pushes him around. There comes Payette. There goes Joey Connor. It's John Payette's car. Ooh. Go back and watch Austin. Got down in there. He was rolling through the center a little bit different than Vinny was, and he just got in the back of him. Ooh, and then more contact as the drivers try to get away. Here comes the pace truck. They're just trying to get going before the field gets to them to save themselves a lap. Oh, and everybody's stopping all over. That could have been another big one right there. Yeah, that definitely could have been another big wreck right there. So we're going to reset things just a little bit. John Payette is on pit road. So is Adam Vinny. So is Sean McLaughlin. Not good on the pit lane cam right there, but here comes the 11. There comes the 90 rolling out, or rolling down. You know what? I'm not sure what this is about. That's your race leader, folks. No, it's not. That's Joey Connor's car. Okay. Whew. I was like, that's your race leader, and he pitted so far out of sequence, but no. That's the 90, not the 91. Because there's your leader getting doubled up, ready to go back to it. So we're working caution number 3. That means that, Marvin, you have been eliminated from the over-under. Sorry about that, buddy. No racing and an elimination from the over-under tonight. But we're back to green flag racing. 55 laps remaining. This time I thought Rundle was going to try to make the outside go. There goes Kyler Davis. Oh, my. And Kyler, I think he just spun this out on his own. Nobody really there around him. Goes down the corner. Yeah, he may have been coming off, and Justin Moore may have been dipping down. That just looks like two guys trying to occupy the same piece of real estate. He was trying to get a good line on exit. He thought Justin was going to go all the way up against the fence. Moore, the car turned on him just a little, and he had to keep it in the center of the track. And I think that's just racing. Oopsie daisy. I'm sure they'll talk it out at the end of the night. Work's been killing him. Well, daggone. You know, all work and no play can make Jay a dull boy. I'm just, you can tell him I said that. I hadn't heard from him in a while, hadn't seen him in the chat, so I thought I would check up and see. I know Mindy was out of town, so I haven't seen Mindy. I think she's at a bowling tournament somewhere. I think that's what I was told last night. So, I promised Adam that I would not make any jokes. This is a family show, after all. Anybody else having, not fall weather right now? Like midsummer weather? Because I'm already sick of it. We're in the middle of September. I'm ready for, highs in the high 70s, low 80s, not 94 and 65% humidity. It was rough out there today. It's supposed to be rougher tomorrow. Should get our one to go. Lights go off on the pace truck. Everybody's going to double them up. Still Connor, Arundel, Moore, Dillon. Now Knowles and Pierce are our top 6. So many comers and goers. Here comes Matt Eddy also. See him up there in about 8th right now, right next to Stallnecker. As we go back to green, see if we can get through turns 1 and 2. Ooh, guys down on the flat. Everybody trying to mind their own. Stay out of each other's. Justin Carby's right there in that 29 car. He's trying to come forward. He's following Casey Wynn through. He's got Colin Penn on his outside. There's Adam Vinny trying to make a charge back through, and Vinny is leading Kyler Davis through this. Vinny's opening the door, and Davis is just tiptoeing on through with him every chance he gets. We get back towards the front. Top 2 with a slight breakaway. I don't know that that'll last long. It's Rundle and Dillon trying to chase down Dylan Connor. And Justin Moore is in there. Matt Knowles slid himself up in the 5th spot. Stallnecker with a good run for the Miller Lite machine. He is up in 6th. Matt Eddy 7th. Eddy's the hard charger tonight as far as we make it to lap number 20. He's picked up 9 spots, had a very poor qualifying effort, but is making a good run up through the field. He's getting some help. The guys in front of him spinning out a little bit, but he's still passing cars. You don't get 9 spots with just fallouts. Pierce is hanging on in 8th. Griffin and Wynn now up to 10th, and Wynn is making a move. Man, he just drifted that car through turns 3 and 4. He had the wheels turned about halfway to the right, about 30 degrees right, through 3 and 4, keeping that car from getting up into Griffin right there. Adam Vinny has moved to the high side on the 29 of Carby. He's making tracks around the outside. He's to a roadblock now. He's going to have to pick a line and hope that Casey Wynn can run his way through. But I tell you what, if the high line is working, it's going to be hard to pass the 12 unless he makes a mistake like that. Now Wynn with a slide out of 2. He'll clear the 12. So Griffin sliding back. That door's still open, and there's a train behind looking to get around him. Back to the front. Now Justin Moore and Matt Knowles look like they're getting awful close together here. We're about 10 laps from halfway. $15 flats, 15 O's through the top 4, and then we're into the 15 ones from 5th on back. You got some 3s, some 4s closer to the back of the field. Adam Vinny got a stack up of cars behind. He's making a move on Casey Wynn, and he is going to get by the 05. So, after getting turned around a few laps ago, Vinny restarted about 18th. He's already back inside the top 10. He's up to 9th, and here comes Kyler Davis right behind, and he's working on Casey Wynn now. And Wynn is no slouch. He's not a pushover by any means. He's got right front corner damage, just slightly pushed in. I don't think that's affecting the way the car is driving at all. Aero dependency is nothing at this short track. Yeah, Bill, I would imagine you're probably in the high 70s, low 80s, but I am going to ask you again in January, and when you tell me it's minus 16 or minus 26, then I'm going to go, that's the trade-off. Oh, I used to live a little further north, and I know that you pay for having mild summers by having harsh winters. So, Dylan Connor still leading about 3 laps away from halfway. He redrew to the pole, and I said it before the race, man, you are going to just really have to do something to force that guy to make a mistake, and it is really hard to do. Reed Rundle right there behind and has been in second place since the drop of the green. He started outside that front row, stayed right there. Pete Dillon has worked his way up. He started about 5th, and he has worked all the way up. And Dillon started 4th, so he has worked his way up to 4, but he went backwards at first. Had to work his way back around a few of these guys, and now he rides there in 3rd. Justin Moore hanging on to 4th, but Matt Knowles is just looking for an opening. He's been sitting there stalking the back bumper of the 87 for quite a few laps. Oh, Stallnacker had a moment just now. The car got way sideways getting into one. He drove it down to the apron. It went the other way, and he has been fighting it all the way around. Matt Eddy says, as long as the door's open, let me go ahead and get around you, let you get yourself gathered up. And looks like Stallnacker is going to do that. He's going to be pretty safe right here. He's behind Matt Eddy. Eddy up to 6th, and there's Adam Vinny already up to 8th and closing in on the 2 in front of him, and he's still got Kyler Davis right in tow. And I think Davis is just using him as a door jam. You go get it open, and I'll come through with you. That time Stallnacker clips the fence, and he really slowed Vinny down. Now Vinny's going to cut it hard to the left as Stallnacker missed the entry. 1 spot, 2 spot, 3 spots, 4 spots before he can get into turns 3 and 4. Left that door open, and a parade got by him. Closing in to start lap 40. Top 3 with a big breakaway as Pete Dillon now has gotten away from Knowles. Knowles was working on Moore, and he finally got around him while we were watching Stallnacker and company back there. And Knowles has gotten away from Moore, but he's not closing in. He's about 1.8 seconds behind Pete Dillon. Now Matt Eddy to the back bumper of the 87. The 87 maybe fighting a little bit of right rear handling. He may have gotten that right rear superheated, and that car just does not want to do anything good at all. Caution coming out, number 5. This one, well, 92 car. If you're a Josh Westendorf fan, you may want to look away. Oh, the other way. DeMoore had no choice. That is a hard lick on the left front. Looks like Westendorf just lost the rear end of the car, overcorrected, and when it came back, DeMoore thought he was going to stay inside and collect it. He did no such thing. Came right back across his nose and pounded into the fence. Now we got to watch. Now we got to watch these pit stops. That is going to shake some things up. I can promise you, we knew no matter who else was coming in, that Connor was staying out there. But that is going to move some guys with a few lap fresher tires right up behind him, and we're past halfway. So drivers getting in and out, and I'll tell you what, Reed Rundle had a terrible pit stop where a bunch of guys took 2 tires. Let's see if it can tell us. Well, you know, we may have to go and grab some of the guys in the front. We'll wait. Now, maybe some of them missed their pit stalls. We're going to let this all kind of shake out. Dylan Connor, Matt Eddy, Adam Vinny are going to be the top 3. I think Stephen Pierce stayed out as well. And then you got John Payette back here in the 5th spot. He's pitted a couple of times, but he pitted due to a caution. Then I think Reed Rundle is going to slide in behind that. So we're going to have some guys on some seriously different tire strategies. It'll suck that I ask you, or it'll suck that it's going to be that cold. So Connor, Eddy, Vinny, Pierce, Payette, then Rundle 6th, Moore 7th, Wynn 8th. Davis was 9th coming out of there. I wanted to get on, Kyler Davis. Where's my pit box at? I thought it used to tell me that, yeah, and I anticipate it's going to be a rough winter. We're due for one. The whole country is due for a really nasty winter. All right, they extended the caution. This time we're going to go green, I'm pretty sure. And now you've got Adam Vinny. He's got about 20 lap newer tires than the guy in front of him. Well, there's only 28 laps to go. Does he push the issue? Does he go after Connor? Connor will defend until the last dog is dead. I am positive of that. And Matt Eddy said, hey, you know what? I've seen this outside work. I've used this outside. I am going to do everything I can to force you to defend at your absolute most uncomfortable level. See if I can make you make that mistake. And he almost had it right there getting into 1 and 2. 3 and 4. He's got the advantage. He's able to hook the outside very well, but I think Connor, just a matter of time right here. He is willing to go as hard as he needs to right now. Adam Vinny really should be in there trying to press the issue. Here comes Reed Rundle on the freshies. He's got way fresher tires than him, but they're only a couple of laps old, and he is going to make a run up here. We're going to see him do something. He's not going to be scared to go for it. Behind that, Casey Wynn now trying to clear Stephen Pierce. He's got a few lap fresher tires. And caution again. That'll change some things. Oh, boy. John Payette, Kyler Davis. Payette, the 5 car, down on the bottom. He's beside DeMoore. Justin Moore is upside. Oh, that. Oh, you know what? I want to rewind that a little because I want to see. I think. Oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure we are going to go back. We're going to look at this again. And we're going to look at this from our drone because I'm positive there was help for the 6 car getting into the 5 car. Right there. Got a little push from behind. So he got some help getting into him, and hopefully those drivers will go and look at that replay and discuss that amongst themselves, because I'm not sure that Davis was going to get into Payette on his own right there. Well, Matt Eddy was making Connor work for it. Adam Vinny was looking for a opening, and Reed Rundle was going to try to make one, I think. That is 6. Who had 6? I know Barbara had 6. Barbara, you know what? That number 6 seems to be okay. I don't think we're done with the caution. I think we're going to have a couple, 3 more maybe. I don't know. We're going to be in that 7, 8, 9 range right now. I don't think we make it to 10. That's way too many, but I do think we make it to 7 or 8 for sure. We're not done. It's too close to the end. Every point counts. The track is just getting littered with rubber marbles. They are everywhere. Look at the top of turns 1 and 2. They are, and you get up in there, there is 0. You might as well be on roller skates. They are all the way up to the fence. And down in 3 and 4, they're at the top and they're at the bottom of the racetrack. They're all over the top, and see them all down on the bottom?
Green, green, green.
You can't really go anywhere on this track but in the groove. So restart with 23 to go. Can Matt Eddy put pressure on the 91 again? 91 said, I don't think so. We're just going to go ahead and get this door shut. We're going to get it shut quick. And Eddy had to roll out of the throttle. Now it's up to the guys behind that with a little fresher tires maybe to go up here and place a challenge. There goes Reed Rundle the high side. Pancakes the right side into the outside fence. It barely slowed him down. He and teammate Adam Vinny battling over the final podium, and there goes Rundle. Crossed him over to the inside. And if Rundle's going to make use of those new tires, he needs to get clear. He's going to get clear right here. And now he needs to go into attack mode. He needs to go up here and get after both of these guys. Adam Vinny trying to follow through. Here comes Casey Wynn. He and Pierce had a moment, and that turned into nothing. Pierce will lose a spot or two, but that could have been a big disaster because the whole field right in front of the 24 car. And if he'd got sideways, I think he'd get hit by at least 4 or 5 more cars because there's no chance they get stopped. Justin Moore with a little wiggle out of 2. He's going to keep it down on the bottom right next to Pete Dillon. There he goes again. And Justin Moore going to gather it up. He's going to get back on the track in front of Payette in turns 1 and 2. And we got a wreck down the back for Stephen Pierce. Unfortunate for Mr. Pierce. 24. Oh, yeah, that wasn't all his fault. He went down the apron, but DeMore and company had a little contact, and they got a little loose. And once again, drivers trying to occupy the same space at the same time, and usually that doesn't work out for anybody. So the laps are starting to wind down. Now it might get interesting because now you got a driver who's on 35, 38 lap fresher tires, going to start right behind our leader. The front row is on the oldest tires on the racetrack. Reed Rundle knows it's go time. Matt Eddy, I am positive, would like to try to do something on that outside line to get around the 91, or at least force him to work pretty hard for it. And Reed Rundle doesn't have the luxury of waiting for that to sort itself out. He's got to go do something. Oh, by the way, guys, with 18 to go, that's my number up there. Ron, you're up next, and then Bill, you might have a shot here. Didn't think we were done with the caution parade, but I wasn't positive. So we're at 7. Restart with 17 laps to go. Casey Wynn has much fresher tires. Adam Vinny has fresher tires than the two in front of him, but not as fresh as Rundle or Wynn. Matt Knowles has fresher tires. Everybody behind the leaders have fresher tires than the two up front. These two have been on track for 53 laps. Have not pitted. Late restarts are not your friend on old tires. A lot of things happen. They cool off. They get a little hard. They spin on the starts. They are not very grippy when you get down to turn one for the first time.
Green flag.
Reed Rundle got a pretty good launch. He was able to stay close. I think he rolled off the throttle right on there on that start to stay out of the back of the 91. And now the 88 and the 91 are going to be side by side again. Getting through 3 and 4. Rundle got his nose there. Dylan Connor going to clear the 88. He shuts the door. I think Eddie's going to stay married to the top side, and it might be his undoing because Rundle is going to be able to get alongside. Rundle needs a dispatch with him very quickly if he's going to have a shot to go up here and challenge the leader. He's got much fresher tires. And Connor's running that line. He's entering in the middle and then cutting it down to the bottom. You're going to have to be there on corner entry if you're going to keep him off his line. Now Rundle does clear Eddie. Here comes Casey Wynn. He's side by side with Adam Vinny. That is 4th and 5th. Knowles is tucked in. Pete Dillon is right there. 13 laps to go. Ticking the laps off. Down to 12. We're watching the side-by-side battle. 4th and 5th. Fun to watch guys side by side when they can keep it clean and still go hard. The gap at the front is not closing. It's a half a second. It's been a half a second for 4 or 5 laps now. Rundle has way fresher. Oh, there goes Casey Wynn with that side slide again, and this time it cost him. Vinny is going to clear him into the 4th spot. It'll be Wynn in 5th, Knowles and Dillon fighting over 6th. We're going back to the front because now Rundle's starting to close up a little. $15.02, $14.98, 15 flat, the top 3. Rundle's going to get there. Nah, he's not now. He slid the car coming out of 4, and he made up 2/10, and then he turned right around and lost it. Got a little anxious. This lap probably slower than the leader. Yeah, 03 to 04 to 05. They are right on top of each other. They are running the same lap time.
All right, man. Caution is out.
Caution behind. Everybody hold on. We're not done yet. Justin Carby, 20 and 9 car. Oh, he's blinking. He slides it into the corner. He's going to slide it out of the corner. And that'll give you a caution. So caution number 8, and that makes Ron G a happy guy. We are going to get a 6-lap shootout. Now it could be different. If Rundle can get a good start, he's on the outside. And he may, with those fresher tires, he may be able to do something from up there. So a 6-lap shootout. Connor, Rundle, Eddie, Vinny Wynn, the top 5. Dillon, Knowles, Davis, DeMoore, and Stallnacker are our top 10. Joey Connor, 11th. McLaughlin, Pierce, Moore, Penn, Griffin, Carby, behind that. John Payette, looks like the 5 car has enough damage. He is going to end up being retired right here with about 6 laps to go. And that will put Payette, Westendorf, and Werdeman, our 3 retirees. Everybody's still on the lead lap. Lights are off on the safety truck. 6 laps still on the board. 74 in the books. Or 64. I'm sorry. 64 in the books. Does Rundle have anything on the outside? Can he get a solid restart?
Green, green, green.
For the first time in a long time, it looks like he is going to get a good restart. Can he get the power down coming out of 2? Stay alongside the 91. He's got to get all the way up there down into 3 and 4. Matt Eddy said, you know what? The door stays open long enough. I'm going to come up here. And now, Connor.
All right, man. Caution is
Just able. There's another caution. And now Ron is sad. 55 of Stallnacker. Will he get help from the 90 or the 77? Oh, yeah, he got help. He gets the 77. Woo, gets the 52. Yeah. Yep, that is not a pretty one. So that puts Bill. Mr. Bill. 9 cautions. Well, Rundle got a good start, but he did not get through 3 and 4 very well at all. Frowny face. Raindrops. I'm sorry, Ron. I have no control over any of this, but I'm just the clown here working the controls, but I can't get the drivers to do what I like to see them do, and that's race hard and race clean. We just got guys with different braking points, and you know, if a guy don't go back to the throttle at the same point that you do, it's tough. It really is. And with this track being that tricky, you got to really be on top of everything. And just a split-second lapse in concentration, something bad's going to happen. Does it every time. At least one more pace lap. We'll talk to our top 3 at the end of this. Did Rundle learn from his mistakes? Did Connor have a different strategy to get things started? Can Matt Eddy figure something out and get up here and maybe put enough pressure on both those guys in front of him, cause them to make a mistake, bobble each other a little bit, slink by and grab a win? Casey Wynn is right there, and he's got, you know, a lot fresher tires than a lot of these guys. He's just caught in the outside line. That's just going to be a tough call for him. And everybody behind him is kind of in a pickle. They got to hope that the guys in front of them make big mistakes, maybe a little tap here, and it causes a whole big checkup, and they can see an open lane and drive by. I mean, that helps Adam Vinny, Matt Knowles, Pete Dillon, all those guys back there out. Good start for Vinny. He checked up and got a push from behind, but he's going to stay straight. It is all about the guys on the front row. Who's going to get the drive through 3 and 4? Connor wants to go in wide. Rundle's trying to stay locked on his door. 3 to go that time, and it was almost a dead heat. Rundle needs to get that outside to fire up one time. Coming out of turn number 4. Connor needs to get a good run off the bottom to hang on to it, and it's a quarter car that time. 2 wide all the way back. We are top 10, 2 wide. We're staying on the leaders. Rundle's got something working there. Can he get out of 4 a little better this time? Woo, that was close. And I think Rundle had it for a split second. Out of 2 down the backstretch. Rundle has it by about 2 feet. Coming to the checks. Who's going to pick up the win? Connor Connor holds him off by less than half a car. Rundle, second win slid by Eddie, and he is going to pick up third. What a finish. That's as close as it gets without actually pulling off, putting the 91 in the rear view. So we'll wait for Mr. Connor to make his way. I don't see him in the chat. I know he'll make his way. No problems. We got to get a good look at these two. They're parked up here in turn 4. Looks like they're talking back and forth maybe. But let's grab a Casey Wynn. Casey Wynn, you got a copy?
Yes, sir. What's going on, Roger?
Well, a hell of a race. That's what was going on a second ago. You had a front row seat for side by side.
Man, I can't believe I even got my way up there. That was some great racing. If you could really make the middle groove work, you just had to really run it hard.
Yeah, it looked like a little up and down tonight, a little forward, backward. You had fresher tires there towards the end. You utilized them, I feel like, maybe the best you could. Maybe those two guys in front of you have a little tippy-tap moment, and you get a free pass right there. But still, podium finish in all of that chaos. Got to be pretty good to kind of keep some momentum rolling in the season.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, I started 13th, terrible in qualifying. I don't know what I can do. I'm horrible at that. And then got in an accident early, went all the way to the back, and managed my way back up to third. I mean, I'll take that any night.
Yeah, it looked like a very tricky track, and man, marbles everywhere, and cars slipping and sliding, and we saw a couple of small incidents. Didn't look like it hurt your car too much. Maybe just made you have to put new tires on.
Yeah, honestly, I felt like you just kind of had to play your battles in a smart way. It would take you maybe 5 laps to pass one guy, 10 laps to pass another. You just had to really be smart about it and take what you can get.
Well, give me some shout-outs, some thank yous, and we'll let you celebrate a wonderful podium run tonight.
Yeah, I got a shout-out to you, Roger, for broadcasting us. Thank you for ERA for putting on these events. Justin and Discord for always racing with me. Justin Carby, he's new to the league. He showed up here tonight. Other than that, 3K Motorsports, all the other guys that I race with in Discord, run a lot of dirt stuff, and that's about it.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us. Congrats on a great run. We'll look forward to seeing you next week.
Yes, sir. See ya.
That was Casey Wynn. He finished in third. Reed Rundle in a lot of trouble with the broadcaster right now. We may give him a pass. I don't know. It kind of depends. But Reed Rundle, man, you got as close as anybody has in a while. Tell us about the last couple laps there.
Yeah. I mean, I knew he was going to be tough, even though I was on fresher tires, and then get stuck on the outside. It's so hard to pass here no matter what. I mean, we were digging for all we had, and I had him at one point by a little bit, and then I got a little wide on entry, I think, with 1.5 laps to go on 3. I got wide, and that kind of goofed me up, and then same thing kind of on the checkered flag lap. But no, that was great race. And Dylan ran super clean. He kept it low. Yeah, I tried to keep him low and did whatever I could, but just came up a little bit short. But we'll take that all day long.
Well, you guys start 1-2, you run 1-2, but you pitted. And at that point, there was about 35 laps left. Knowing you were going to restart in 6th, you really didn't try to save a whole lot. You really tried to get up there and go, but the caution slowed you down, it seemed like.
Well, yeah, and, first of all, I had a little miscommunication. I really only wanted 2 tires. I got all 4, which don't know if that helped or not, but regardless, it is what it is, right? Yeah, and then had to work a little bit of traffic to come up through there. I think we came back out in like 6th or 7th, something like that. So it was good, but the cautions didn't help. I think if I had gotten a run and he was using up a little bit and not letting those tires cool down, I might have been able to get him. But again, he did what he has to do, and he ran a perfect race. And as usual, I'm getting a little tired of sitting behind the Connor boys, but hey, it is what it is.
All right, man, give me some shout-outs before I let you get out of here.
Yeah, for sure. Beard Wisconsin, Small Batch Beard Oils, Wabam, Scrub-A-Dub, you guys for putting on a hell of a show. Hopefully we put on a hell of a show for the fans tonight. And, of course, shout out to my dad down in Florida, my wife upstairs, and we'll see you in a week.
All right, man. We'll look forward to seeing you back next Monday night over for MNT.
For sure. Thank you, buddy.
That is Reed Runnell. He finishes a very close second, and he finished a close second to this guy. And, the guy's up here a lot. We talk to him pretty near every week, no matter what. But as close a challenge as he's had in a while, Dylan Connor, that looked like a lot of fun to me.
Yes, sir. It sure was a blast. If that didn't put on a good show for everybody those last 4 laps, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, if the fans don't like that, maybe they're not race fans. But that was as close as anybody's been in a long time to besting you, especially when you get to start on the front row. And I told everybody before, you're going to do the right things. You're going to go out, you're going to manage the pace, you're going to manage your tires. And the last 10 laps, you're going to have a little bit of something left. But 70-lap old tires against 30-lap tires, that's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah, I definitely knew. He'd come back out off of pit road with the fresh tires. I think it put him 6th, and I knew only 5 spots separating us. I knew he'd be there at the end. But really though, when everybody pitted, it wasn't really no saving. Matt Eddy got up there with me. He was fighting hard with me, so I was fighting hard to keep the track position there. That was my main focus. I knew he was going to get there with newer tires. I just wanted to keep that track position.
Well, an awesome run, man. You pick up another victory here. Some shout-outs, some thank yous, and we'll let you go celebrate.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you for being up in the booth every Tuesday night. I want to thank Jeff and Mara for everything they do for the league and great racing. And I want to thank For Your Race Parts, Caldwell Banker Elite, and a good buddy of mine, Caleb, for coming to help this season. And I also want to give a shout-out to Reed. It says a lot about guys. You can sit there and battle back and forth that tight and that close and never hit each other. So big shout out to him, and thanks for everybody.
All right, man. Congrats on another win. We'll look forward to seeing you back next week, bud.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
That's Dylan Connor, defending series champion, picking up another win. And now we're going to real quickly grab a guy who had a great run tonight. He kept it up in the top 7-8 cars pretty much all night long. Matt Knowles, this is a tough place, and you had a pretty good night overall.
It was a good night. I thought we had a chance there at the end, Roger. We had some fresh tires in that outside and some older tires on that inside line on that final restart, and I was hoping for a bit more.
Yeah, and it looked like a couple of guys around you had tires. You guys are all on a little different tire strategy in that top 6, but the 2 guys up front, one on full race tires, the other guy on like 20-lap tires. Are you waiting for those guys to maybe just make a little mistake, maybe tap each other, slow everybody else down because they have to check up, and then pray that you see that sliver of light you can slide right through?
Yeah, man, at a track this tight, you're I think always hoping for that. It's good racing, really good racing up front, but anytime you can take advantage of somebody else's misfortune, sometimes that's what you got to do.
All right, man. Well, before we let you go, tell us who helps you out every week.
Of course, as always, Roger, thank you, and thank AMP and Marv and Jeff for putting this deal on, ERA, and I got to always thank my sponsor, EGE Products.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us. Congrats on a great night of racing. We'll look forward to seeing you back next week.
Thanks, Roger.
That's Matt Knowles. He finished 6th tonight. We get a random interview every week, and tonight happened to be him. I really would have probably liked to talk to Matt Eddy too, but he took off. That's your hard charger. That guy had a horrible qualifying effort tonight. He started 16th out of this 20-car field, drove his way up. He battled for the lead. He comes home 4th. He picks up 12 spots overall, so congratulations to him. Take a quick look at our race results. It was Connor Rundle and win 1, 2, 3. Eddie 4th, Vinny 5th, Knowles in 6th, Dylan 7th, Davis. Good run for him. He went to the back a couple of times and still manages an 8th place finish. Justin Moore in 9th, Austin DeMore in 10th, Stephen Pierce 11th, 12th was Justin Carby, Chris Griffin in 13th, Colin Penn 14th, Zach Stallnacker 15th, 16th, Joey Connor, 17th, Sean McLaughlin, John Payette in 18th and 19th. Josh Westendorf and Jeff Waterman with an early exit, like a lap number 3 or 4. He clipped the fence a little and broke the suspension on that car, took the 81 to the trailer early. Great night of racing. You know, these guys put on a heck of a show every week. I know we had 9 cautions. Mr. Bill, I need you to message me at the network. Please send me a private message. Ooh, I shouldn't have done that. Yeah, send me a private message at the Dirt Racing Network over on Facebook. To Thursday night, nothing tomorrow night. Thursday night, be back 8:30 Eastern. Red Driver Mighty Midget Series, double shows. Don't forget that is a doubleheader every Thursday night. Make sure you tune in for that. Say hi in the chat. Without you guys, there is no reason for us to do this. So thank you very much for being here. And without all the wonderful leagues giving us fantastic racing like you just saw, what a finish you did get to see, there is no reason for us to do it. Everybody gets a big round of applause for that. Till we see you guys the next time. Peace and love to everyone.